Hi, I'm Katie with John Henry's, and today I'm here to talk to you about our filet mignon, or whole beef tenderloin. So, I've got it actually right here in front of me, and I want to tell you that I'm going to do some trimming. I'm going to play butcher today because I want to explain to you a couple different things about the beef tenderloin that you might not know, and that you might not know how we do things here. So here is a whole beef tenderloin cut from the beef. This is attached to the short loin, or you will see part of this attached to like the porterhouse steak. If you were to cut this into pieces right along here and had these individual pieces, that would be the individual filet mignons. So if you go to a restaurant and you order filet, that is what you're going to get. As you can see, this tenderloin here has this silver skin, it's called. So it runs along the whole front kind of side of it. This other side has just got a little bit of marbling, not much. But then as you can see, this part here is like this. Okay, this part is very tough. You would not want to chew it at all. It's kind of like chewing like leather. So here at John Henry's, we cut that off for you. So that way you do not have to worry about that. So our butcher will take his knife and very carefully cut that silver skin off. That way, when you're ready to cut your fillets yourself, or maybe you're wanting to roast a whole beef tenderloin, it will be ready for you. So I'm just going to kind of show you how this goes. And then I'm going to cut a couple fillets and kind of show that to you as well. So as you can see, the tenderloin is very big on the one side, and it goes kind of smaller on this other side. It kind of has like a top part and then like a tail. So this all gets cut just like that. So as you can see, this part is much thicker, and then it goes down here to thinner. And then as you can see, this part, this is just kind of a fatty part. We also cut that all off as well. Yes, I have done just about every job here at John Henry's. My mom and I started doing this about 10 years ago, and I worked with our butcher. I started off actually helping him, just kind of, he would cut things and I would wrap them for him. And then he started showing me how to do different things, because I was like, well, I can trim chicken breast, and I can do this, and I can do that, and I can cut steaks. And so kind of became what I did. I was the assistant butcher for a while. And so I just wanted to kind of show you the different things that we did there. But yeah, so we kind of get in here a little bit to try to cut this silver skin from this part, but you know, we want to be very careful because we don't want to waste anything, because the tenderloin is extremely tender. It is one of the best cuts of meat. It's also one of the most expensive because there are only 2 per cow. So if you're talking about a huge cow that is, 1,200 pounds, there are only 2 of these per cow. So as you can see, that is why it's more expensive. You go to a restaurant or wherever, that's really why, is because it's such a limited piece of meat, and it is very, very delicious. So I do want to also show you kind of how our butcher will cut, how he would be cutting fillets. So when we cut a fillet, we cut it this direction. So as you can see, and there is one, and then we usually go 1 inch, 2 inch, and we usually cut all of our fillets at 2 inches. There we go. So there is a beautiful fillet, whether you want to wrap it in bacon or just stick it on the grill. This is an amazing cut of meat. Now, you might be asking, what do we do with this much smaller piece down here? The very small tail at the very end, and that is a great question. This down here, once we get so far down where we're like, you know what, these are not good steaks. These aren't pretty steaks. They become kebab meat, because we have a lot of customers who love our kebab meat from beef tenderloins. So though this piece down here is not going to make a very good steak because it's so tiny. It does make an amazing piece of kebab meat. So whether you're wanting actual shish kebabs that you put on the skewer, or if you're just wanting something that you can put into a pan and cook up really quick, kind of like a stir fry, our kebab meat from beef tenderloin is an amazing cut of meat. And as you can see, we still trim everything off, so I'll probably do a little bit more trimming on this piece, just so that way everything is super nice. It can get kind of messy too. But yeah, we like to just trim it up, make sure it's all very nice for our customers and their families. So if you are ordering the individual fillets, like if you're ordering our fillet bundle, we will cut you individual fillets, and you have about, I believe it's based on about 3 pounds worth of individual fillets that are around ½ a pound each. So that's 8 ounces per fillet. So that kind of gives you an idea as well. If you're going to a restaurant, if you only ordered, the 6 ounce fillet, well, ours would definitely be bigger than that. So yeah, so doesn't that look nice? Oh, it looks wonderful. Looks like I want to smoke it on my grill right now. Yeah, so then we would kind of come down here and we could take it like this and cut this into kebab meat. So maybe we'd have some smaller, some bigger, and these would all be great for kebab meat. Also, I want to let you know is that we do offer like the half beef tenderloin. So maybe you don't want the whole one where you can cut up your own kebab meat, make your own steaks, or maybe you'd like to cook it kind of like a roast. We do sell also half beef tenderloins where they are smaller. Maybe it's only about ½ pounds, where the whole beef tenderloin is usually around 3 to 3.5 pounds once it's all trimmed and ready to go. So you can choose to buy the whole beef tenderloin, you can choose to buy a half beef tenderloin, you can choose to buy the individual fillets or the kebab meat. So all of these different cuts are from one cut of meat, one primal cut called the beef tenderloin. So just wanted to give you that little quick lesson about what we've got going on with our beef tenderloin and our filet mignons. And I hope that if you have any questions about our animals, our farming practices, or our other meat cuts, be sure and let us know. And thank you so much for supporting our farm.